Caffeine is a mind-altering drug that affects how we think and how we feel, and yet we don't really consider it much of a problem to be consuming it every day. When you first drink a cup of coffee or anything caffeinated, it makes you feel good. It stimulates dopamine production, and before you know it, you're hooked. It becomes a habit, a ritual, or a treat. But what caffeine also does is it messes with the natural signals that your body sends when you are tired, blocking them and making you feel alert. In an emergency situation, you may see this as a good thing, but consistent daily use is not really doing you any good at all. Your body tells you things for a reason, and being tired is one of those things. And good quality sleep is the most important thing. Beyond this, too much caffeine raises cortisol levels, reduces insulin sensitivity, and there are even reports suggesting that it can affect fertility too. Last year, I went on a pretty scary health roller coaster. I had tried almost everything to feel better, yet somehow I still felt terrible. So, in my desperation to feel good again, I decided to also end my long-term relationship with caffeine. Part of me doubted that this could be the issue, but the other part of me was hopeful that it might be. I'd often suffered with a sore tummy, anxiety, and a lack of energy. And perhaps, all along, it could have been the fault of that innocent little drug that we take every single day without giving a second thought. We all want more energy, more focus, and more time. And we almost all also consume caffeine in some form every day. Be that chocolate, tea, cola, or your classic cup of coffee. If you're an everyday caffeine consumer, like many of us are, it may surprise you to know that there is always some amount of the drug in your body, even after just one cup. It takes over 24 hours for all of that caffeine to be broken down. This means that many vital human processes, such as the quality of your sleep, your cortisol levels, and general productivity, are suffering to some degree. When giving up caffeine, it definitely gets worse before it gets better. I couldn't focus much at all in the first couple of weeks, had occasional headaches, and found myself restless a lot of the time. But once you get through that withdrawal phase, the benefits far outweigh the discomforts. I gradually lowered my intake until I was only on decaf or caffeine-free alternatives. Decaf drinks do actually still contain very small amounts of caffeine, but you could drink 10 of them and you still wouldn't have consumed as much as that found in your average chocolate bar. What does being caffeine-free feel like though? Have you ever watched the film Limitless?
You know how they say that we can only access 20% of our brain? This lets you access all of it.
It sort of feels like that. It feels like you've stumbled upon a magic pill that just makes everything so much easier. You begin to feel so mentally and physically optimal that you really start to question how you ever tried caffeine in the first place. No longer a slave to an artificial high, my body re-regulated my energy, and I actually now find myself bouncing out of bed in the morning, which previously was never the case. Eliminating caffeine alone has not been a complete solution to my health troubles, but it has made me feel so much better in almost every way. So I believe that similar results are also possible for anyone watching this that is also a slave to that little dark roasted monster, or however you take yours. I've been off it for almost 4 months now, and it's honestly changed my life for the better. If you enjoyed this video, you might also enjoy this one here.